Good morning and welcome to Great Heights and Barely Controlled Chaos. I'm Jeff, and this is our homestead. If you haven't been here before, or you're new here or haven't heard an introduction, my family and I run a homestead here in north central Kansas. We raise chickens and goats and pigs at the moment. We're working on getting some other things. We have about 10 acres here it's in the middle of farm fields, but it was set up as a residential kind of thing, so it's not really set up as a farm, so we are slowly converting it. Please go back and check out some of our videos in the past. Today, we're going to be doing some cool stuff. Well, not really cool stuff. We're going to be moving the pig pen. So our pigs are down in our pond, as I've mentioned before. The pond is dry. It's been dry since we moved here. And so it's got to be, there's a lot of weeds and stuff down there, which they're rooting through and eating the stuff out of the bottom of the pond. And so we're going to be moving them around today, just migrating their fence. I'll show you that in just a second. Seen this before. Most of our property looks like this. It's all overgrown with weeds and sticks and tiny little trees and stuff like that, which we are slowly trying to fix. This is the pond area. You can see that the pig pen is down here, and they've done a great job of clearing a lot of this whole area that we've got. We're getting ready to move them today. My plan is we're going to move them down in that direction and let them clear out the rest of that. If we do get enough rain that it'll actually fill up the pond, obviously they're not going to stay down here all summer. I have a plan for them. We'll get to that in a little bit, but the whole plan is to get them to clear this out good and make sure that all the weeds and everything get rooted up, and that they get to eat all the bugs and everything that's underneath them. So, yeah. But first things first, we've got in order to move them, instead of trying to put them in a trailer or something, what I'm going to do is I'm going to close off a little section up here, so make their pen slightly smaller, and then use those 3 fence panels that are down at the end down there to go down here at this end, and immediately expand their pen into a smaller area down there. And then I'm going to take the rest of the fence panels and move them down over there. Well, they're enclosed in a brand new but much smaller spot. So the point is, they're going to move a little bit at first, and then they're going to move quite a bit at the end. So that's the plan. Merlin's out here to help me. Well, help me. He's not a good farm dog. But he's going to hang out here. I've got his longer lead. Oh, geez, you're killing me, dog. And then all the kids are going to come out and help me in a few minutes. So you can see this is our new boar. He's super friendly. Yeah, I know. Yep. And these are our Mangalisa's babies. It's one of the males. We got 3 of our old pigs left. Our Juliana Big Black cross mixes. And then we've got the 4 Mangalisa piglets. And then the 2 Mangalisa's adults. So the 2 female piglets and the current sow are going to stay. And then the 2 males are going to be processed eventually. And then this guy has already started doing his job. So hopefully we'll start having piglets again in about 3 months. So, yeah. All right, so step one is done. As I said, we're just putting this piece of fence posting in there, or fence in there, just to close off this section here, so that we can take that piece, those 3 pieces, and move them down here. That is super temporary, like 45 minutes to an hour temporary. So I'm not really worrying about.
The big pig was scared of me.
Well, he got startled. Just long enough to get the fence built over here. So these go pretty fast, and we're actually not going to try to disassemble the whole fence. We're going to try to do it without disassembling the whole fence. We're just going to basically turn it around and repound the posts, basically flip it inside out like a t-shirt, and then close it up on the other side down there. So hopefully that'll work. We'll see. But we make lots of mistakes, so we'll show you how it goes. All right, so step 2 is done here. We have the fence pulled off of here, and we've got it folded up here. We're getting ready to move it down there.
You're gonna move
So,
it. I'm too low.
all right, so step 3 or 4, whatever step this is done. We've got them. We built this little section right here, and then we moved them in here. They moved very simple. Pigs are, what we've discovered, and we were just discussing actually, is pigs are simple until they're not. They're pretty docile creatures. They leave things alone until they decide, they get in their head that they want to do something. And then once they've decided that, it's pretty much all over. They're going to do it. But we're in there. They're in here. This is a very temporary thing. We're going to try to take this fence apart now real quick and then move it over here. So that's the next step. All right. So the next step is done. We got the fence down. The pigs are enclosed in that little area. We brought the truck downward to just kind of drag the fence, because dragging it by hand is a pain. So we're going to drag one side at a time. We've got it disconnected. So this side over here is disconnected from that side over here. And then we're just going to drag the fence down, and then we'll repound the posts and put everything back in, and we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure that strap's going to work. We may need to go get the chain. So this worked surprisingly well. We're having to do some small repairs down here at the end, because things don't fit together exactly like they're supposed to, but and that's fine. But it's much better than trying to rebuild the whole fence. And yeah, we're 90% done here, and we're about ready to let them in here as soon as we get done. We'll pull these we have one extra panel here, and then we'll be done. So, and that's how it happened. So look how much they already dug that area up. They were looking for good stuff. There's lots of good stuff in this area. So they're happy in their new pen. They've got lots of stuff to eat and things to play with. And yeah, and this didn't take, it took us about an hour, a little over an hour.
Wasn't there another pair?
All right, so they're in there. I got to get them some water, because moving their water means means dumping it out. But as you can see, they're already going to town in here. And this is what they did to the area that they were in. It all looked like this. And now you can see they've got, this was a litter from the corn bale that I pulled. But for the most part, they have rooted up all of the weeds and the chaff or whatever else might have been down here. They moved everything around. They cleaned it all up. So hopefully this will be nice dirt down here that if this never turns into a pond, we could actually use it as a place for growing, which is a good possibility. So, or, as I would think, we can plant stuff down here for them next spring, or, in late winter, early fall, so it'll grow well, and then we can move them down here again for the winter, or we can move them down here again in the spring, whatever we want to do. But yeah, they're doing a great job clearing this out so that we can actually use it. Now we just need to pull all the junk out of here, and then it'll be good. So on to our next task for the day. So one thing about this time of year is that you can go from, it was 30 degrees this morning when we came out here, 31, 32, somewhere in there. The pig's water was actually frozen when I came out to feed them this morning. And now it's in the 60s, so I'm out here in my shirt sleeves, and we've all lost our sweatshirts and stuff. So all this morning while we were out working on the pigs, it was cool, which is nice because we weren't sweating too much, but now it's starting to get warm, and we're going to start putting up fence posts, so we'll see how that goes. I said next step was pounding these posts in like this. But let's show you what we got going so far. You can see they go up to that tree, and I'm gonna have to trim that tree back. My daughter's bringing the next post down, but you can see, if I walk out here, there's a lot more of them put in. So we need 62, and I think we got 30 here between what's down there and what's over here. I haven't actually counted, so I'm guessing about 30, but we're getting close. All right, so here we are. This is where we started today, kind of close to the end of the day here. I'm getting ready to go start dinner shortly, but I'm sitting in the pen with the pigs. This is one of the reasons, of course they're going to talk while I'm filming, but this is one of the reasons why we like these pigs. They are super, super friendly. Curious. That's the big sow. She's a good mom and does really well with their piglets. There's the boars coming up behind me here. But yeah, they're really good animals. So they're really, really gentle and docile. They can get excited, and as all animals do, they can get excited from time to time. But for the most part, they're super docile and friendly. That one doesn't like to be touched very much, but beyond that, they're pretty good animals here, and this is why we like them. Beyond the hardiness and the ability to, they do root and dig. You can see there's a spot over there where they were rooting and digging, but it's not as much as, say, these pigs here. They tend to root and dig more than the Mangalesis. So we're gonna stay with these guys. Like I said, we really like them, and they produce really, really good meat. So it takes a little longer to grow them, but certainly worth it. So that's it. That's our day. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a thumbs up, and make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss the next video. And if you want, share it with your friends. We'll talk to you next time.